We welcome you back to Barcelona. It is time for qualifying. And in the sprint race, if you remember, Sam in that Red Bull took the win against his teammate Ethan, and Arjun Rao rounded off the top three. But this qualifying session will be crucial to determining the finishing positions in the main race tomorrow. Our grid of the McLarens, the Mercedes, the Red Bulls, Ferrari, Williams, Racing Bulls, Aston Martin, Haas, Audi, Alpine and Cadillac. And here we are on board with Grace Hunter, driver of the day in the opening round in Bahrain. And he goes second quickest as it stands. Of course, only he and his teammates so far have set lap times. And here's Sam then, winner of the sprint race, and he sets the fastest third sector and goes quickest so far out of 3 drivers. Aston Martin will be having a lot of work to do in qualifying as they have the weakest car. Macron so far about 6/10 off the pace. Here comes Izyan. Izyan sets his time and he goes, as it stands, P4. Ethan crosses the line. Can he supersede his teammate? No, not quite. He has to settle for P4 at the moment. Thanos, what a lap that is. P2 for the moment, 2.5 tenths back from the fastest time. Nashi, 2.1 seconds on his lap. Traffic would have definitely played a part there. He will be hoping to set a more competitive lap time on his second run. And here's Leo Nguyen, driver of the day in Australia. P6 as it stands for Leo Nguyen. We have a long way to go though before any of these lap times really begin to matter. Jonas now beginning his flying lap. Arjun Rao though finishing his flying lap though. He is P4 at the moment. And here's Sam, currently on provisional pole. At this point does not mean much with 14 and some minutes to go still in qualifying. Can he improve his time? It looks like he can, and he does. Just about. By less than 1/10 of a second. Davis Asori in the Cadillac. Strong start to the season. In season 1 here. Around the final corner he goes. He currently sits P3 in the live timing tower. And here's Francesco. P3, look at that. What a lap that is from Francesco. Excellent. P3 at the moment. Can Ethan improve his time? Only sits P7. Of course, your World Drivers' Championship leader currently. P7 in the live timing tower. He'd be expected to go quicker here, and he does by 3/100 of a second. 3/10 of a second, rather. And that is a good gap to put on his teammate so far. But Nunes Garcia sets the fastest second sector. He's going pretty quickly. What will his third sector look like? Just a handful of corners left to go. Nunes Garcia with a very strong result in Australia, finishing just beside the top step of the podium, finishing P2. Fantastic effort from him there, and currently sits P4 after that lap. Here comes Chris as he would cross the line in a second on his flying lap, and he goes 8th quickest. Remember, everyone is improving. Here's Toprak, as he has also just a handful of corners left to go around this very high speed corner. Mashes gas all the way to the finish line, and he improves only to 14th. Nick Turner in the Racing Bulls. Can he improve his time? It does not look likely. But here is Blitzo then. Rather, his teammate Leo Nguyen. Can he improve? Yes, he can. That is an excellent lap time from Leo Nguyen. With just over 11 minutes to go, he improves to P2. And Harry up to P5. Excellent. Fantastic laps from Harry and Leo Ngui. And here is Macron in the Aston Martin. Where can he put his Aston Martin for now? It is P6. There is Nashi with a much better lap. And that takes him to P3. Here we are now with Silky in the other Aston Martin. As you watch him cross that final corner. And he crosses the finish line now, and that takes him up to P5. Can Sam improve on his lap time? It is looking likely. His delta is up. Where can he improve? He's 3 tenths down from pole position, and he goes 4 tenths clear of his teammate, setting so far the fastest time with just under 9 minutes to go left. Here is Smokey, McLaren's reserve driver. Of course, Antti Lane removed from McLaren mid-season and will be joining Braun GP to begin next season. It may seem like that contract has already been settled, but Smokey does not improve his lap time. Here is Davis Esselry, and he improves to P2. Fantastic lap from him as well. The Cadillac has been, of course, very, very strong this season. Harry improves to P2. Fantastic lap from the Williams driver. Here is Izyan now, with 5.5 minutes to go left in qualifying. Sits P17 in the standings. He improves his time and he goes all the way up to P2. And here we are with the other Cadillac driver, Grace Hunter. Currently sitting last in the standings. He'd be expecting to improve his time. And he goes from P22 only to P15. Might that be his last run in qualifying? And Nashi goes P2. What an incredible lap that is. Just under a tenth of a second off of provisional pole position with 3.5 minutes to go. That is so close. The times at the top. Can it get even closer? Nick Turner round the final corner and crossing the finish line to finish his flying lap. Improves, but only to P10. Arjun Rao now, and he crosses the line. He goes P3, just behind Nashi in the McLaren. Can Smokey improve his time? This will no doubt be his final attempt to show what he is made of. Once reserve driver, now gets the full-time seat of McLaren, and he goes P4. Fantastic! Again, incredible from the reserve driver. Sam goes quickest in the first sector, but here he is at the end of his lap. Sam does not improve his time. He does go quickest in the last sector, but he does not improve his time. Silky goes quickest in the third sector, and VB Kamal as well. What lap times? VB Kamal P3 and Silky in the Aston Martin P2. That is absolutely amazing. Silky with 4 car power goes second quickest, just 1/100th of a second off of pole position. Davis Esselry, we know his delta is not improving. He will be starting P11 at best. Here is Francesco. His delta looks extremely strong. Francesco crosses the line and he goes quickest. Francesco in the Racing Bulls goes quickest and takes pole position away from Sam. Incredible by 0.02 of a second. That is absolutely amazing. Nunes Garcia P5 as well in that Audi. Can Nashi improve his lap time? No, he cannot. And finally, Nick Steno across the line. He is not on a flying lap. He is concluding his in lap there. But Ethan is the only man still on a hot lap. Can Ethan take away pole position from Francesco? What a lap by the Racing Bulls driver. That is absolutely incredible. 0.02 of a second. Ethan is looking absolutely rapid on this lap. His delta is showing only green numbers. As he crosses the line, we will figure out where he goes, and he snatches pole position away from Francisco at the death. Ethan takes pole position for the Spanish Grand Prix. And there you have it. Ethan takes pole position and will be starting at the front for the Spanish Grand Prix to follow. Francesco, what a lap that was. To be on provisional pole for so long by 0.02 of a second. Just misses out. In the end, P2 for him. P3 for Sam, Silky P4 and P5 for VB Kamal. What a lap from those two. They'll be happy with that. P6, Nunes Garcia, Nashi P7, Arjun Rao P8, Smokey, the reserve driver, on P9, and Jonas, the Audi P10. The Grand Prix will follow here in Spain, so look forward to that. We have a lot of action from P1 to P22 on the grid, so don't go anywhere. We have the Spanish Grand Prix coming up.